Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to Teen Mom Next Chapter where Roxanne reveals to Bree Bree and Brittany that she's been abusing drugs for many, many years. So let's take a look.
I work for my sobriety, okay?
Oh man.
You ever wonder where my money goes? It goes to the I went every day for years until
Okay, I don't like the approach here just off the bat. Like Roxanne, she's coming in tough. She's coming in, oh well, did you ever wonder where my money goes? Nobody, like, if she hid that really well, which it seems like she did, why would Bree and Britt realize or notice? Like, they have their own lives. Like, so I don't like that whole like, ever wonder where my money goes? Like, that's kind of aggressive.
I earned the trust and the respect where they were able to send me home with a month's supply of medication.
You have to take it every day?
This I have to take every day, Brian. If I don't, I won't function.
Wow.
Do you understand what that's like? Nova's age doing drugs?
But why don't you be honest with us? I think that's the part that's so hard.
Because
we're adults now, right?
yeah.
And we have
Because
compassion and we love you and we would understand.
Yeah, because I don't mean
Are you ashamed?
Of course. I knew I had to save you two. That was my priority, not me. It was you two. So I stood on this because this is what was able to keep me balanced, to keep working, to keep supporting you guys, and to keep being there for you guys. It's a vicious cycle. It's vicious.
If you do not go to whatever place that it specializes in
Don't
that
say
to
it.
help, I am gonna say
Don't
it.
say it.
It's a
You're gonna
boundary.
regret it.
Why? What are you gonna do?
You say anything, one more thing about
What?
the wedding?
Because it's my wedding. You don't need to be there.
You're gonna be there by yourself.
I will with my sister, my nieces, and my in-laws.
I would never do that to you or her. Never.
Because I have a boundary.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is a
Get out of here.
boundary.
Go hug a
It's
tree.
a boundary.
Go hug a tree.
It's a
Leave me alone,
boundary.
boundaries.
It's a boundary.
I'm done leaving.
It's a boundary.
Oh man.
I'm so confused and I'm so hurt. And now I have to put on a strong face for my kids.
So there's a lot there. Like I said in the beginning, I didn't like how Roxanne was coming in so aggressive, but that's kind of who she is. That's kind of just how she talks. She's from New York, and she's just kind of always been very, like, I don't want to say aggressive, but like blunt, right? And comes off strong. I'm sympathetic for Roxanne for dealing with this for so long. Dealing with her sobriety and her addiction, with protecting it from her kids, which I think any mom would do. I think, which mom is gonna, choose to talk to their kids about that. So I think if you actually listen to what Roxanne is saying, she's like, imagine being Nova's age and turning to drugs. I think there is a little bit of compassion there that should come from the daughters, and that might not be a popular opinion, but at the end of the day, she's wanting to own up to it now. She's wanting to open up about it and talk about it. And it's not the daughter's job at all. I'm not saying it's, Brianna or Brittany's responsibility to give her that therapy, but, she needs help. She needs to go to a program or a center. Although I do think that instead of everyone just kind of barking at each other, like, if you don't go, you're not coming to my wedding, which again is, like Brittany said, that's a boundary that she has every right to do that, because no one wants to be around an addict, unfortunately, that's on drugs, especially at your daughter's wedding. But I do think that the conversation would have gone a little bit different of like, what, that must have been really hard for you. I couldn't imagine Nova doing drugs at such a young age. Like, why do you think you started? Like, what was going on in your life? Like, how did this happen? How did you develop this addiction to begin with? I think if there was some sort of like conversation like that, I think they both would have been a little bit like the conversation would have gone a lot easier because both sides are being heard. Instead, they're just kind of barking at each other like, well, you don't understand and you don't understand. That being said, Brianna and Brittany, they just learned about this. It was just sprung on them. I'm sure they also feel a type of way because, especially Brianna, because, you know, Roxanne has been her rock through not only throughout her entire life, but also throughout her daughters, right? Like when Brie had to work, it was Roxanne that was watching the kids. So like imagine thinking, oh my God, like she was on drugs while watching my kids. That's insane. Like that would, you know, worry anybody. But now they do have to put up boundaries, right? And like I've seen other clips of this episode where Brianna says, hey, like I don't want you around the kids, which Roxanne does not take well, you know, who would? But I understand Roxanne's side a little bit as well, because it's kind of like, you know what? I did this for you guys. It's out of protection. It's, you know, I've been watching your kids. I've done so much for you and your sister and your kids now that I think she just wants some acknowledgement there. I think if she had gotten that acknowledgement of like, thank you so much for everything you've done, but realize that this is really dangerous and things could have gone really south because you were on drugs the whole time, right? And so like have the conversation like that instead of kind of like just throwing all these demands at her, because my worry is that if you just keep throwing, well, I don't want you doing this, I don't want you doing that, you're threatening to take her grandkids, you know, you're threatening to take her daughters out of her life, not being part of a wedding, all of those kind of threats, like she's just gonna see them just as that, as a big threat and a big like F you, right? Which it doesn't need to be that way. It's not coming from a bad place. It's just coming from protection in a different light, right? So yeah, I do hope for the best for all of them. Like I said, I feel empathy and feel sorry for all of them in this situation. I hope Roxanne gets the help that she needs. I hope Brianna and Brittany can kind of navigate this going forward, because I really do love the dynamic that they had going on. You know, they had so many strong women just in the house raising these kids. They've gone through so much together, and I really think that they'll work it out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.